Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? I am so excited to be with you, and I have another card for you. This is the 5th project this week. I hope that you will watch the other 4 videos that I have. We are using a gorgeous paper called Hues of Happiness, and the bundle is called Happiness Abounds. These flowers were die cut out of the Hues of Happiness designer series paper, which is absolutely gorgeous. The congratulations is right here in the Happiness Abounds, and they were die cut out using this beautiful die cut set. Let's see the name of it, Blossoming Happiness Dies. And it goes with the Happiness Abounds. You can buy the whole suite, which comes with the DSP, the bundle, and some embellishments as an entire collection, which I highly recommend doing if you love this, because all of the products are made to go together. Now, I've chosen to add an add-on to it. This is called the Stylish Shapes dies, and they're amazing. I love all the little stitching and dots and piercings that are on these dies. They're pretty cool. And there's another one of those on the inside. You can see this is called a Z-fold card, and it is a fun fold, and this is the card that we are going to make today. All right, let me move all of this stuff out of the way and we can get started. I'll put my card right there. All right, so we are going to start with a piece of not designer series paper, cardstock, in the color called Pool Party. It's one of my all-time favorite colors that we have in our collection. We're going to use our Simply Scored. I'm going to bring that out. And it's 8.5 by 5.5. So on the 8.5 inside, we're going to score it at 4 1/4, which is halfway, right? And then we're also going to score it at 2 1/8, which is the halfway of 4 1/4. So it's 2 halfway scores. So 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. We're going to pull that out of the way, and we're going to do a little bit of burnishing with our bone folder. So I like to score my cardstock, and I like to press down with my bone folder to really give it a nice score burnish. And then we're going to take this part here and see, pretend the card is folded in half. Now we're going to get this fold. So we're going to bring it back. I'm going to lay that there on the corners. I like to put the corners together. It helps to burnish it really well when you have your corners together. And then you're going to run your bone folder, and it helps lay it nice and flat for you. So this is what we're going to do. Okay. So let's talk about our designer series paper. So we're going to use this beautiful piece here, and this is going to go right here on the inside. This piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4. We're going to go ahead and glue it down. So let me grab my silicone mat. So we're going to flip it over to this side. We're going to use some wet glue, and I'm going to run it around the edges first. You can see the other side. Oh, gosh, I hate to even cover it up because this paper is so beautiful. Look, you definitely want it. And I have 2 packs because, oh my gosh, I'm using it so much because it's absolutely so gorgeous that I can't stop using this paper. So I had to get 2 packs. So if you're like me, get yourself a second pack so that if you want to hold it and look at it and it's beautiful, you have a pack to work with, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to line that up on this side of the cardstock, and we're going to make sure that we have an even border all the way around as best we can, right? Because we're only human. Now in the centerpiece, we're going to put this, which is the second down in the Stylish Shapes. It's the second one in of the circles. And we are going to stamp on it with Melon Mambo. And it's going to say, wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. So we're going to ink that up. And we're going to try and get it as best we can in the center of the circle. But like I said, we're only human. We can do the best we can, right? Look at the mess that I just made on my block. See, I'm super messy. So I'm kind of like a dangerous stamper. Luckily, I have this awesome chamois, which will get all my color off of my block, as well as my stamp. I'm just going to clean on that side, and then I'm just going to, I don't know, I guess I pushed too hard or something. I don't know. But anyway, we're good to go now. We're nice and clean. And we're going to go ahead and use the same wet adhesive. We're going to put it on the back of the circle. gonna center it in the middle of this card. I mean, we're eyeballing it, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure your letters and your words are straight. So let's go ahead and put it in there, and we're happy with the placement. Let me look at it this way. Yep. I'm gonna press it down. So part of the way done. Okay, now we have this fold. What's on this one? We have more paper. So let's grab another piece. Now this piece I think is 2 inches. Let's look. Oh, 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. So 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. We're going to do the outer edges first. Like I said, I'm super messy. I'm sorry, guys. I can't help it. It's just how I am. I think I just try and go too fast and then I'm messy. But you don't have to go as fast as me. You can take your time. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this piece right here. See how beautiful this paper is? It makes your card so fast. Okay. So now we have that piece. Now we have to cover this up, right? We don't want it to look like that. So we're gonna build our little floral section here on top of the circle. So I cut out of basic white cardstock the large circle, and I just use a scrap of paper, but it's the biggest one. So that's this one. And out of a piece of Night of Navy, I just used a long skinny piece. I used my Versamark ink, which is what it looks like. And I inked up my congratulations stamp, which is this one right here. So we're pretending. We stamp it down onto this piece. Okay. It's see-through, you can't see it. So then you have some white embossing powder. This is my white. I just have it in a container. And then you're gonna run your little piece in there, and you're gonna shake off all the excess, you know, that's on there. And then you're going to take your heat gun. You're going to cover this up before your heat gun comes out, because you certainly don't want powder everywhere. Trust me, from someone who knows. And then you're going to take your heat gun. It makes all this noise, which is why I'm not doing it right now on camera. It makes all this little noise. And when you're done, you're going to have this beautiful congratulations, just like that, nice and white, popped off of this beautiful navy cardstock. So now we're going to cut this kind of banner end. Can you see it there when I put my hand? Or let me put this white piece behind it. See how beautiful that is? So we're going to trim those. We're going to grab our paper snips. I'm going to come in here in the center. And then I'm going to come in from the side and meet that piece just like that. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to come in from the center. And then we're going to come in from the side. And come in from the side. I'm going to bring this one in just slightly. Yeah, like that. Okay, so there's our little ends. We'll get rid of this. And then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to attach that onto our circle. Okay, so I'm just going to put a line like right here on my circle. I know you can't see the glue, but trust me, it's there. And then this piece is just going to sit on that line, just like that. Just going to press it into place. So that's about how much white we have showing at the bottom here, see? All right. So now we're going to build our really pretty flowers. So these flowers are cut out of the designer series paper. So the DSP has 2 sheets that you can cut all these really beautiful flower pieces, and they are die cut with the dies that are part of the bundle. So if you don't, listen, if you're going to buy the paper and you're going to get the bundle, you might as well just get the whole suite. You put in one number, you get everything you need. It's just so easy. Okay, so you can see that this one's a little different than this because they're graded. They're kind of like rainbow. So you have all these different shades and they're all a little different. So we're going to kind of build us a little section here. So I'm going to figure out where I want my little flower, probably like right there, right? And then we're going to stick this one over here in this corner like this. And then this one's going to come across like this in this corner right here. And so I'm going to put a little bit of glue on them, and I'm going to stick them all together. So I'm going to put a little bit on this part and a little bit on this part. So we're just going to here and here, and we're going to attach the flower to the flower, okay? Like that. And then the same here. I'm going to put a little bit on the top here and a little bit right here. And I'm going to attach that to this side of my flower, okay? So there is my little flower section. I want to make sure it fits nice, and it does. If I need to wiggle it, that's why I'm doing it while I have this down here. If I have to wiggle the flower or move it around or push it this way or that, I can, because I have that wiggle room. All right, so once I'm happy, whoops, with my placement, I'm going to go ahead and put my leaves in. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue. And we're going to tuck this guy right here. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue on this piece. And then we're going to tuck this guy back here. See how pretty that is? Now we're going to flip these guys over, and we're going to put dimensionals on the back. Now, you have to be careful because this side right here is not going to be glued down. See how it sticks up off of our card? So you don't want to put any dimensionals where they're going to show. So you're only going to put dimensionals where this piece is going to go onto our circle. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stick my dimensionals onto my circle piece, and then we'll add some to the parts that are going to be on that side. So I'm just going to put some dimensionals. Whatever's on the circle is fine. So I would definitely want to make sure that I have plenty, because you know I get a little overboard with my dimensionals. Whoops, let's throw that one away. I unstuck it when I pulled it. I just wanted to move it over a little like that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull the backs off of these, and then we're going to put a few more dimensionals. You'll see when I'm done. All right, so we'll pull the backs. And I'm going to stick our flower. And we're going to find the right place, how it's going to live on here. Just move it over till you're happy with your placement. And you're going to press that into place. Now, over here, I'm going to put a dimension. I'm going to use the minis. I'm going to put one here. Okay. And I'm going to put one, not here. One here, one on here, because those are going to be stuck onto my piece and they're raised up. This section here is going to be flat. So we're going to put enough adhesive that half of this is going to show. So we're going to slide it over. So right down the center here, I'm going to kind of put my finger here. Everything that's on this side is going to get glue. Okay. So I'm just going to put a line of glue if I can get it. I'm not left-handed, so you just have to bear with me how messy I am putting this glue on here. I'm right-handed, but sometimes you got to use your left hand. All right. Then I'm going to pull the backs off of these two pieces. And then we're going to attach our section right here. Isn't this so pretty? And we want to make sure, remember that center is right there on that seam. You have room here, a little bit of wiggle room. You can slide it around. That's why I use that wet glue. And we're going to push that into place. So when it's in place, look what happens when you open your card. Isn't that so pretty? Beautiful. So now the last finishing touch, let's get these dimensionals off camera, is we're going to put some rhinestones. So let me get my rhinestones out. This is a very old pack of rhinestones, so forgive me. But you got to use up everything you have. I found them the other day, and they need some love, so I'm using them, okay? Don't judge me. We're going to put this one on this navy section there. And let's put this one down here on our... Perfect. So I got to use these up because they're so old. Ugh, but they still work. You got to use what's in your stash. All right. So there we go. What do you guys think? pretty card. See, and on the inside you have a rhinestone, but you can't tell because it's really, it looks like it's on the outside. What do you guys think of this awesome card? I love it. Let's move this mat out of the way. Let's bring our bundle back out so you guys can see what we used. So this is the bundle. These are the cards. And then I added the stylish shapes. And don't forget about the gorgeous Hues of Happiness designer series paper, which is absolutely gorgeous. If you guys don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. So definitely hit me up. Let me know that you need a demonstrator. If you need a catalog, I'd be happy to get that to you. Just let me know that you want me to be your demonstrator, and I will be happy to put one in the mail to you. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I'd be happy to help you with that. And if there's anything you'd like to let me know, you can also comment on my blog. All the links are in the description below, so definitely check out the description. I do send a newsletter, and there's a newsletter subscription section in the description below also. So definitely check that out. I really appreciate you watching me. I'm so thankful to have you guys here. If you stuck it out to the end, thank you so much. You guys are why I do this. I love teaching, and I hope that you enjoy watching me make my cards. Thanks again for joining me today, and I'm very happy to have you. I hope you enjoyed making this Z-Fold Fun Fold card. I appreciate your time. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!